You're listening to the voice of IWA Flip here on Interfed Radio. With me today, special guest, the one, the only, Jim Blazer.
In person.
I love it. I love it. Cheers to that. The Blazer Corp man himself. And believe it or not, Jim, you've been the topic of our conversation here, even if I'm not sure if you had your ears burning.
I did. Yeah, I've listened to a couple of the ones, and yeah, I mean, I can only say thank you. You know, it's great that, you know, my trash talk and, you know, what I write and whatnot, you know, is appreciated. So yeah, I love that. Thank you guys very much for appreciating my artistic qualm, if you will.
Definitely. Now, for managers out there that aren't familiar with the Blazer Corp, where can we find the Blazer Corp right now?
Right now, I'm wrapping up my tenure in the NWL with Gary Galaxy, Bruce Inferno, and the Bookworm. I chose to kind of bypass the draft this year, and I think I'm going to head over to the CWL to make a little ruckus over there, at least for a little bit. I mean, you know, the draft sounded really tempting to me.
Well, and especially, I mean, I'll say it like it is, especially with the quality that you're coming out. You know, I mean, every single one of your characters there in the New Wave League has captured the league. Yes,
they have. Yep. Started with Gary Galaxy, then his lackey Bruce Inferno captured it and held it for 2 cycles. And then, Bookworm came out of nowhere and captured it for, all 3 of my guys taking the league. And
nice. Congratulations, by the way, because, I mean, even though it is the rookie league, it's still, I mean, that feat alone is a fantastic one.
Yeah, and it took me back. I did not expect to do that. I expected Gary Galaxy to be, you know, kind of the flagship of the Blazer Corporation, and everybody else is kind of their, you know, lackey. But, you know, through strategy, I guess, everybody kind of came into their own and, you know, kind of kicked a little ass for their own cycle. So, yeah, I'm very proud of that. And, yeah.
Nice. Now,
move towards me here.
Oh, yeah. Now, I got introduced to the Blazer Corp in the Iron Federation over in the Generation Next League because, I'll be honest with you, your guys were definitely a key part in me going to that Generation Next League. I mean, I was looking around through the entire IWA in terms of managers that I, you know, found interesting in terms of their style of trash talk, in terms of, you know, their consistency in trash talk. Another thing I was looking at, and like I said, well, with the stuff that the Generation Next League is doing, you know, I definitely, you know, caught a close eye and kept a close eye on it through its inauguration tours or cycles or tours as they say in the Generation Next League.
Yeah, and the Gulfport boys, Doc Washington and Frogger J. Dixon. I love writing them. I think my muse is, you know, J-Rock from Trailer Park Boys, if you ever into that.
Yes.
That's kind of my muse for Frogger J. Dixon. He just does not shut up, and he just keeps talking. And Doc Washington is the guy in the back. He just kind of listened to what he said. He's like, "What you got to say, Frogger J?" And then Frogger J will go off him for a while, and Doc Washington will just stand back and go, "Ah." And that's kind of their dynamic, and I love writing for them.
Nice. Now, recently in the Generation Next League, we've been introduced to. I mean, your story arc there is fantastic, brother. I mean, I got kudos to you in terms of keeping managers interested and keeping us chuckling. Because man, some of the stuff you put out there, man, wow.
Are you talking about poor little Josh Butterscotch?
Poor little Josh, my ass, but that guy is rocking right now, man.
Oh, dude, that how he got a 501. Like, I was like doing that. Holy crap. Yeah, that came out of nowhere. And, you know, Frogger got a 500. And that was my first ever, you know, mention in the bulletin, even dating back to, you know, 1997, my initial run in the IWA, which I really didn't accomplish anything. But that's
nice. So you hit the front page with that one.
Yeah, well, it hit the bulletin, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and Brad Norman, good old Brad Norman, he beat me out for the, I believe it was the American Championship.
Ah, man, but I mean, still kudos. I mean,
Hey, you're
when I
beaten
saw
by the best. You can only look forward and learn from that.
definitely. Now, in terms of Mr. Butterscotch and his angle, you want to go over a little bit so that managers out there kind of get a feel for what's going on with Mr. Butterscotch?
Josh Butterscotch is the most white meat baby face you'll ever see in your life. Just fresh face. He's 19 years old. Just just out of high school. He played high school football. He's close to his dad. Uh, he had a kind of a rough first cycle, so his dad kind of came in and said, "Hey, I'm going to manage you." So yeah, Josh Butterscotch and Dad. We're about 4 cycles in, and they got a lot of stuff they're going to have to deal with. You can
Oh
only be
yeah,
a
with the Gulfport boys there. I mean, just to see that interaction with, like you said, that good boy attitude, that good boy rapport, and then you got the Gulfport boys on the other end of that, and to see them interacting is just
yeah. It's fun. It's a fun dichotomy. And that's why I keep myself interested in like writing different, characters. Like the Golfer Boys are just vile scumbags, just just hanging out and taking advantage of people. And Josh Butterscotch is the total opposite of that. And my guys in the UNL and my guys in the NWL are, I like to say they're, kind of different. They have their own personalities and whatnot. But yeah, as far as contrast goes, the GNL guys are they're probably the most spread out of the bunch.
now you mentioned the UNL. Now, who do you have there?
That's the second incarnation of the Blazer Corporation. That's strongman Tobin Wells and Jasper Obankwo. Tobin Wells being the American guy, and Jasper Obankwo is from Cameroon, Africa. And they're kind of like a Steiner Brothers, kind of an international Steiner Brothers. They both come from collegiate backgrounds. Because Tobin
Nice.
Wells was
So very technical in their wrestling style.
absolutely like Tobin Wells was supposed to be British, and I was supposed to have an American guy. And as I thought about it, it's like British. That's kind of there are a couple British guys already. Having an African guy in there, but you go for an African character, you're either going to be a savage or you're going to be like a militant guy. So I was nah, he's going to be a collegiate athlete from Cameroon, Africa, goes over to America to kind of, start a career in professional wrestling, and bam, you got Tobin Wells and Jasper Obankwo. They're, two technical masters, tag team specialists, if you will.
Now, in terms of story arcs you got going on right now, I know you said you're getting ready to exit the NWL. Who's your exit story arc there? What's your exit stat?
Well, there's a lot of young guys that are taking pops at me. Did you read that Dirty Mike promo last cycle?
You know what? I must have missed it. Yeah, since I'm not in the NWL right now, I peek in here and there, but
it was very dirty. So I think he's going to be my last little, going to take it to him for a little bit. Nice. Obviously, the NWL, it's been the Blazer Corporation versus the Carnage Squad for, the past probably about year. And it kind of came to the point where, like, we're just fighting each other. We had a couple huge brawls, a lot of good matches, a lot of, titles being swapped back and forth, where we just came to kind of respect each other.
Nice.
And now, actually, Gary Galaxy and Johnny Carnage, we're going to be on a War Games team together. It's going to be Team Bitter Rivals, which is kind of a fun idea.
Yeah, that'll work.
We'll see what happens.
Now, how many more cycles do you have there in the NWL?
What's that at now? I think 123 is my last.
Oh, so yeah, you're coming right to it.
Yeah, I got 1 or 2 left. Let me. I could check the bulletin, but yeah, not too many left.
And you did mention the exit to the CWL there. That's again one of the leagues that Commissioner Scott Anderson runs there in the Gold, and we had him on the show not too long ago, and he runs a fantastic report anywhere he commissions. So I said you'll definitely enjoy that league there for sure.
Yeah, and I like that. I looked at the BRL, and there's a lot going on in the BRL. It's a very difficult league. But the CWL, that came out to me as kind of a genuine league. I mean, hey, you got Joe Boring there. He's a hilarious character. It's got a lot of comedy and a lot of really cool, interesting, dynamic characters. So that's kind of what attracted me to the CWL, and that's why I kind of chose it.
Nice. You're like, I'm not going to take my chances with the draft. I know where I want to go.
Yeah, well, I made my choice, and then the draft came up, and I was like, well, maybe. And then I was thinking, oh, maybe I can create a new guy. I was like, no, not right now. And so I just chose to kind of go my own way, as Stevie Nicks would say.
Nice, nice. Now, in terms of our Generation Next league, I mean that's one of those leagues that I keep mentioning on this show because obviously I'm there trash talking, so of course I'm going to give certain leagues a push, and I mean not to sound biased or anything, but it attracted me there, and rightfully so. I want to give them that respect back.
Absolutely, and I will tell any manager out there, just go look at the GNL bulletin on the great trash talk that they got there. It's amazing, and it's very kind of a youth-oriented, NXT, Generation Next, kind of a youth movement type league, despite one of my guys being in his mid-40s. But that's beside the point. We just got in late.
Yeah, late bloomers.
Haven't seen Doc Washington? Oh, he's not a young kid, but he can put the boots to you.
Now, I had Wes on here a few shows ago, and we were discussing just how the thought process behind the development of the Generation Next League, and how it's developed over the last couple of cycles. And one of the things I mentioned to Wes is the pace of the GNL, how the general managers there, Wes and James do a fantastic job of allowing managers to build up their angles, and they do a great job of covering the angles that are brewing. And any highlights from the first 10 GNL cycles that you want to bring up?
Well, there's the Boys Are Back in Town, which pretty much dominated the league for the first couple semesters. They were the 6-man champions for, I didn't even count, but it was amazing how long they were the 6-man champions. It's the man Scott Gran, Lethal Derek James, and Bruiser Quentin Hall. I think it was must have been 6 cycles. I could be wrong. I could go back to the records, but whatever. But yeah, we dethroned them. But Josh Butterscotch and the Gulf War boys, we dethroned them.
That what? That alone. I remember when that. I think you guys shocked Wes. He was like, "Wait, what? No."
No, I remember hearing that. He was like, "No, I want to for last year."
Oh, man.
But then you went ahead and dethroned me with your guys, so it's all good. We're all taking our turns.
Oh yeah, and I mean I'm just getting my feet wet there in the Generation Next League, so I'm still kind of working my way into certain angles, but
that's all good.
I definitely try to piggyback off of Butterscotch's dad, and I think we ended up edging you guys out for the tag or the TV6 a few cycles ago.
Yep.
And I worked it into my trash talk where Butterscotch, being the good boy, is still still taking direction from his dad, and I think in that match I put it that he ended up helping my guys out, because he got tired of seeing the Gulf War boys cheat throughout the match. So I think I put that he got upset. I think he butter dropped Frogger J or I forgot which one I put that he butter dropped to help him win.
Yeah, and that totally makes sense. That's something Josh Butterscotch would do. He would not want to cheat. He would get anxiety put in that kind of a situation. He would do what's right. And that's what he did. But Butterscotch, there's a lot of story that's going to be told of poor Butterscotch, and we'll see what the future holds for him.
Oh yeah, I'm like I said, I'm trying to, what do they call that? I'm trying to poke the lion over here as well. Just I said I definitely when I was coming in, I told Wes like, well, you know what, I want to stick to the face angle, and at the same time I I don't want to step on anyone's ankles. I want to work in nice and slow because I enjoy the pace that you guys are working, and but I think my eyes are focused on the Golf Corps boys now.
That's good because our eyes are focused on you. It's gonna be it'll be a good adversary, man. That's good. It'll be good stuff.
I think we're gonna have some fun right there with that angle. Like I said, I definitely enjoy the fact that that there's turmoil amongst them. That 6-man there, and I like the way it's working in.
Just watch out for Dad. Dad'll
you're like without giving away too much, but watch out for Dad.
Watch out for Dad.
Oh man. Now, in terms of other characters there in the Generation Next league, I was on with Wes, and we were talking about the different, people like the Flock who are just standouts themselves. You have the highly suspect fraction there. You have, of course, the COH. Is no one to be overlooked. So you got Mike Drake and who is it? Not Mike Drake. Drake Douglas. Mike Vendetta and Roderick Rampage there, who are definitely no pushovers. So
absolutely not. No, it's a very intense league, and Frogger J. Dixon, he calls them the Church Folk, the Chiba Folk, and the what was the other one? Oh, the boys back in town. They're the Farm Folk because they'll be looking like swine. Why did I even say that? I forgot. But the Chiba folk now, they empathize with the Chiba folk. They know how to pass tests. Don't worry about the Golf Corps boys.
Oh man, and that angle that Hijacks and Anthony are working right now, that's one that
that's beautiful. And it's done on the Facebook site too, which that's even better. They just cut promos on the Facebook thing. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, one of the things that I enjoyed was the fact that Wes, kind of stepped in there and said, "Hey, slow down. Like, why are you guys trying to have a loser leave match or I quit match or some of whatever? I forgot which one they were trying to have. I think it was a ladder match or something." And Wes just stepped in and he said, "Hey, you know what? Let's build this up." And I thought that was genius. I'm like, that's perfect. This is the kind of general manager, this is the kind of commissioner that I want to, I want to be in that kind of a league. I want to be in a league where, it's the commissioner.
Yeah, slow down, tell a story. Have a rivalry rather, than get it, the big send off right away.
Oh yeah, it looks like they're just trying to get a push in and leave. I'm like, whoa, slow down. Hey,
you guys are good. Don't leave.
Right. Yeah, it's like, I don't need this. Start with a little foreplay. Work your way in. Nice and easy. You'll have more fun.
Don't scare them away. Don't leave. Uber's very easy nowadays.
Oh, it's lovely. Now,
however, that did give me an idea right now for a dad on the pole match. I think I should book in the upcoming set, or a dad in like in a box, and it like fills up with water, and you have to finish the match by the time Dad gets in his head above water, and yeah.
Nice.
I got some good ideas.
Now over in your United Nations League, who's Jasper and the Strongman feuding with, or who are they tangling up with right now?
We were going pretty heavy. I think it was Jasper and Valen Aria. And we had a pay-per-view match, and that went okay. Or that one, pretty good. And Jasper won the league title out of nowhere. And let's see, TXVXB, which is one of the Vanderberg boys. They've been talking a lot of trash to us, so we're just kind of yelling at each other. My guys are faces, very proud faces. We're not going to attack anybody. We're going to let our words speak in the ring.
Nice.
And then there's the Poison guys, CC DeVille and Akbar. They were the masked guys who were like attacking everybody, and
they got revealed.
Yep, absolutely.
Nice.
It was the Party Boys, the Poison Boys, and yeah, so there's no love lost between us. In all honesty, um, oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, there was that pay-per-view match, which the Poison guys actually won. They let's see here. Poison gets the victory. Akbar hits a devastating suplex on Tobin Wells and gets the victory. So yeah,
now how do you work that into your trash talk? If you don't mind me poking the brain for a little bit, because everybody has their different ways that they work a loss into their trash talk.
Well, it was a triple threat match, so it's 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. You get us on a one-on-one, and maybe it'll be a different story.
Nice.
Maybe I'll come up with a regional title that they have or something. It's just about going for what they have and kind of going for that. Like Akbar right now is the Indian champion. Maybe I want to go for that title. Or let's see. Oh, they're the TV. Oh no, they're 6-man champions with Tenbatsu. So maybe I want to go for that. You may have gotten us in the triple threat, but you're not going to beat us in the 6-man.
Nice.
And we've been teaming up with Texas Hick, Rick Rancher a couple times, and he knows what he's doing as far as putting together a 6-man. So
yeah, like I'm gonna help. I'm gonna have Rick Rancher help give me some gold. I'm gonna have Rick Rancher.
Rick, he's a freaking machine. Brad Norman himself is a freaking machine. I don't understand how he's that good.
Oh yeah, I've heard stories. I mean, he's one of those definitely. I don't know. I mean, you just call him. I mean, I put him and Mark Duchesne in that same boat because they just hit.
They dominate, absolutely dominate. But it's good. It's good to have that. The people on top and the people you want to defeat and the people you want to become. It's all about.
Oh, yeah. Definitely gives you that challenge, something to work for.
Exactly. So that's a good thing, and I'm very, very happy that Brad keeps me on his ally list, so I can move forward with that.
Now, in terms of, I mean, I've been bringing this one up as well. In terms of the new Elite Championship that's going around the IWA, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that's amazing. That's that's my new goal because I really want to have one of the belts. It was James that took it, didn't he? This best.
You know what? I haven't peeked, but
yeah, with what's his face? Joe Kona.
Nice.
Yeah, he took it. He's got a belt. That's awesome.
Oh, congrats.
That's my next goal.
And was that out of the UNL?
It was out of the UNL. Yep.
Nice. I'm looking forward to getting James on here as well, man. I've gotten Wes on, so James will be
Oh, James is a rad dude. Absolutely. And yeah, so I got my plaque on the wall right now for my when was it? I think it was 96. I got a plaque with Bobby Blue Dons in the CDL. Back in the day, if you held the league championship twice in a row, you got a plaque. That was
nice.
Yep. So I have one plaque that I'm very proud of. It's on my wall right now. I found it in a box at my parents' house. So it went right up on the wall.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I haven't won any, so I'm not even going to pretend like I have any hanging on my wall. Oh man.
Your time is coming.
Oh yeah. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm squeezing myself into more and more of these elite leagues just to make a little run, have a little fun with all the other elite managers out there, and like I said, nothing. Like I said, I gotta say this as many times as I have one of these shows. Nothing against playing at large. It just it's a whole different game, and if you're playing at large, we're not here to diss you or disrespect you. Continue to play your game the way you play. But as for me personally, I definitely enjoy the limit leagues. Definitely enjoy a good trash talk angle, a good story arc. Definitely a good build up, whatever way you want to word it. That's definitely more my style.
No, I agree. It's just different ways to play the games. The IWA gets your money either way, so I don't think they. But as far as everything else goes, I'm more into the creative aspect of it, more of telling stories and getting stuff over that way. And if I happen to take a couple leagues or a TV title or whatever, and in the process, I'm happy to do that and brag about that the next cycle.
Definitely. Now, James, I'm calling you James already. I'm changing your name. I'm hoping to have James on so bad that I'm.
James Blazer doesn't have that good of a ring to it.
No, it definitely rings better with Jim Blazer. Definitely
Yep.
does. I mean, now my goal here with this interfed is to continue to bring managers back and continue their stories so that we can. We say this also. Not everyone gets the opportunity to peek at every single league, at every single federation. Other than Scott Anderson, because he's actually told me straight up. He's like, hey, you know what, Phil? I look at every single league that has a bulletin. I'm like, you are a crazy man. You are.
Good. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely put that in the crazy category. But as for myself and a lot of the other managers that I talk to, not everybody gets a chance to look at every bulletin and follow every story arc and follow every angle. So, having these shows, I want to make sure I continue to bring managers back so that they can follow up on their stories, follow up on the characters. I'm sure when people hear this, they're going to want to know more about Josh Butterscotch and his dad and
or Josh Butterscotch and his dad, yes.
and definitely some more as to what's going to happen with the Golf Court boys there in the Generation Next, and of course definitely track Jim Blazer's NWL move from to the CWL.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where I'm gonna go from here. I mean, I have a lot of ideas for new guys to come out. Maybe next year. I think once Bruce Inferno hits 1,000 goals, I think he's gonna move to Hollywood and retire. So maybe that'll make a little room. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Nice. Well, I mean, I want to extend the offer out to you. Like I said, welcome back here anytime you want, brother. Anytime you have a event coming up, a match you want to bring on and get some more coverage, some more attention, definitely reach out to me. Or if, like I said, or build a story arc around the show, and anything you need, brother.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. I like the way you think. Very good.
We'll definitely, like I said, we'll definitely keep this open for any manager that wants to come out here, brother.
I'm into that. No, and I saw the roster of guys you're going to be bringing on, managers you're going to be bringing on soon. That's the creme de la creme, man. I look forward to hearing a lot of those, man.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to having them and definitely, like I said, continue to bring more and more people on this show.
All right, you got my support, man.
Awesome, mate. Thanks a bunch, Jim. You've been listening to the voice of IWA Flip and Blazer Corp's very own Jim Blazer.
Thanks for having me, man.
You guys have a good night.